help, but it won't keep you there. You want to live long? We're giving you the secret, by the way, to long life. If you want to live long, shift your vulnerability and be open and vulnerable completely. Is it?
Yes. That's fascinating. Well, speaking of vulnerability, I've heard you, I think in your radio show or your tapes, you've talked about sexual intimacy, that most people don't really achieve intimacy
Yes.
during the sex act. And what can we do to experience true intimacy or connection?
The answer is very simple. Be in the moment. Every time that a man and a woman decide to have intercourse or have a sexual moment, you'll notice that the man is thinking about when is he going to come, and the woman is thinking about when is he getting off. You see? And really, that's basically it. And eventually, they come to a point where they sit there and they say to themselves, okay, this is it, this is it, this is for me, this is for me, this is for me. But in actual fact, the man is thinking about the future, the woman is thinking about the past, or the man is thinking about the past, the woman is thinking about the future. Usually it's the other way around. The man thinks about the future, the woman thinks about the past. You see? So, when you're looking at it from that perspective, are you really in the moment? Are you really here right now, in this moment, in the arms of the one that you're with, being present, fully present, knowing that your physical body, all of its experiences, all of the 4,944,922 nerve endings are actually connecting. Do you see?
Are those all one person's nerve endings or both together?
No, that's one.
My.
So have fun with that.
Really?
Yeah. So now, are you there? Are you feeling all of that? Are you present with all of that? Can you really truly choose that moment of complete intimacy, of giving yourself openly and vulnerably to the other person without fear, without judgment, without guilt? Imagine what that would be like.
Yeah. That sounds good. I like that.
That would be the best orgasm you've ever had.
That sounds worth
Pursuing.
Forget about trying, just doing.
Yes. And the point is, you may not achieve that, but you can achieve a semblance of it if you allow yourself to be open and honest with yourself. Not with the other person, with yourself.
Beautiful.
That's what vulnerability is. It's not about opening yourself up and saying, okay, world, you can do anything you want to me, I can't be harmed. Of course, that's another whole show, and we can do one on that at another time, we assure you. But it's actually about saying, can you be open and honest with yourself? So open and honest that you hide nothing from yourself.
Well, I just have to say I love the energy of that. I love what that feels like when I hear you say that.
Yes. And we can assure you of this, you'd have a lot of fun with it.
Absolutely. Sounds very free and wonderful. Wonders, I know that a lot of people today experience this phenomenon. I hear it all the time. I'm overwhelmed. I'm too busy. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, I just don't have time. Is this overwhelmed, busy phenomenon something about today, this year, this decade, or have we actually decided, well, I'm going to answer my own question on some level. Yes, of course, we've chosen to experience that. But what is the root cause of overwhelm and busy? And how can we get out of that?
You've disconnected from loving yourself. It's that simple. See yourself as a cup, and that which fills the cup is love. If you're half full, the most you can ever do is half fill another cup. If you're full, the most you will ever do is fill one other cup. Try it, you'll see. We've always suggested, and we suggest to everyone, fill yourself with love until you overflow. And then let the overflow fill all the cups around you. If you're overflowing, then you are not disconnecting with yourself. You are honoring yourself. You're appreciating yourself. You are experiencing yourself. And as a result, you would give yourself the time to pause. Now, pause doesn't have to be long. can be a breath. It can be 10 breaths. It can be a day. It depends entirely on the choice of the individual. But every individual must recognize that within movement is pause. And this is a concept that most of humanity does not understand. They see movement as a constant. They do not see it as a movement with pause. Do you think?
Because wonders if we were truly present, then we wouldn't be busy.
Well, exactly. Why? Busy is anticipation of the future, isn't it?
Yes.
Projecting out forward and looking backwards. Most busy people, in fact, virtually all busy people are not present. Is it?
Yes, because if we're truly present, we know in that moment what's best for us to do.
No. No, you don't. You know in that moment to choose. You don't know what's best. Knowing what's best is your mind judging.
So if we're truly present, then in that moment we can choose what would bring us joy.
You can choose, well, everything brings you joy. So it's not, you see, you're trying once again to judge this whole thing.
Dun, 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 dun.
It's not about judging any of it. It's simply saying to yourself, I'm in this moment, what do I choose? I don't like this choice. Choose again. I don't like that choice. Choose again. I like that choice. Keep choosing. You see the point?
Yeah, I do.
So, you see how much your mind wanted to create that judgment in order to define what it is to just choose freely in the moment?
Yeah, I know how much my mind likes to use itself to, it thinks it's keeping me safe.
Yes.
And I can feel, yeah, I really feel it right now.
Good. Good. Then we've succeeded in assisting you.
Thank you. During our first interview, you addressed where the United States is going to be by the year 2025, and I assume that's given all the parameters that we have in this moment.
Present choices, yes.
Yes. Moving into the future, which countries will be powerful and influential?
China is going to be one of the most powerful countries for the next 200 to 300 years. Then after that, you're going to find it'll be a battle between India, the United States, and Russia again. Does it? Don't worry about South America. Don't worry about South Africa, and don't worry about the rest of Europe. They're small countries. It's not to say that you're not going to have wars. It's not to say that you're not going to have dictators coming out of them. It's not going to say that you're not going to have conquerors coming out of them. But it is to say that they won't be the economic powerhouses that presently that the United States has been for the last number of years, last few hundred years. The United States, as an economic powerhouse, its time is waning. You are on the downside of your empire. You see?
Yes.
As an empire, you are waning. And the difficulty for you is to accept that. If the United States accepted that it is, as an empire, it is waning, it would reposition itself and maintain such a presence in the world that it could, as a result of that, maintain, not an empire, but maintain such a presence in the world as to maintain its position of power. Do you think?
Yes.
It can't, because the psychology of the United States is to conquer. It only sees itself as an empire capable of conquering. It doesn't see itself as a country capable, or a society capable of choosing to bridge the coexistence of all humanity. You could be one of the truly most powerful societies to bridge all of humanity's coexistence, but you won't do it because you have such an attachment to conquer.
Yes.
Do you see?
I do.
And the beauty of the American people is that you have a history built into your Constitution, built into your own history, of independent thought and willingness to choose where others cannot. Do you see?
Yes.
But it must be transcended. It must move away from this warrior-like empire building at all cost perspective to more one of an equivalency of choosing to be the support for all of the rest of humanity.
Yes, because then the United States is like a drop.
Yes.
And it's separate.
Exactly. Presently it is. Where we're suggesting to become inclusive and not exclusive. Right now, as a country, you are exclusive. And look at all the things you've done since the beginning of this turn of century. Look at, because you can argue it's because of 9/11. You can argue for all that you want about all of this. Dear friends, you were doomed to be moved into that perspective because of the choices you made. Any empire, take a look at the Roman Empire. Any empire that purports itself to be the conqueror will eventually fall.
Be conquered.
Exactly. And that's what you've done. You have created an American empire. Wonderful. Good for you. And it has its purpose. It has served its purpose. But if you really want to maintain your own influence throughout the world, you must transcend your empire mentality.